Treasurer Frydenberg and Michael Sukkar are speaking.
Treasurer visit where we had an opportunity to speak to Helen about the tax cuts that we passed last week. And in Helen's case, we're very pleased to hear that she will obtain the full refund of $1,080, and indeed, along with your husband, will receive refunds of $2,160. So it was great for the Treasurer and I to hear about some of the difference that will make to Helen and her family's lives. And indeed, there are millions and millions of Australians who I know this week are eagerly awaiting their tax cuts. We've had 650,000 people lodge their tax returns thus far, and the beauty of modern technology means that in those cases, if you get your return in electronically, you'll get a refund between 6 days and 2 weeks, processed very, very quickly. And the 650,000 returns that have been lodged thus far is quite a bit above where it's been in previous years, which we have anticipated. The ATO is prepared for, but again, for people just like Helen, we're very, very keen to roll out these tax cuts as quickly as possible, up to $1,080 for an individual, $2,160 for a couple. So again, Helen, can I thank you for having the Treasurer and I here today? Can I thank this wonderful small business also for hosting us? And to the Treasurer, we're very grateful that you have visited and the leadership that you showed last week in delivering these tax cuts for millions and millions of Australians.
Well, thanks, Michael, and thank you, Helen. It's great to meet you and to hear about your story, as you are one of the more than 10 million Australians who are going to get a tax cut as soon as they put in their tax return. And as the Assistant Treasurer has just said, over 600,000 people have already put in a tax return, a massive jump on the previous year. The tax cuts that passed the Parliament are a victory for all Australians and will strengthen the Australian economy. We're going to see short-term relief, with Helen and her husband getting $2,160 in their pocket, but also long-term structural reform, with the Australian tax system getting rid of the 37-cent bracket and creating one big tax bracket between $45,000 and $200,000 at just 30 cents in the dollar. In fact, 94% of Australian taxpayers will pay no more than 30 cents in the dollar. This is a simpler, flatter, stronger tax system. And as a result, there will be real incentive to work that extra job or that extra shift. People will be able to earn more and to keep more of what they earn. And that's what this tax package has been all about. That's why Scott Morrison and Matthias Cormann and Michael Sukkar and all our colleagues have pushed this tax package so hard, because we want to see Australians earn more and to keep more of what they earn. And we want to encourage aspiration and reward for effort. Only the coalition can be trusted to keep a strong economy and to keep taxes lower. Helen? Questions?
Any questions?
Oh, yeah, I have a question for the Treasurer.
And that was Josh Frydenberg and Michael Sukkar, the Treasurer and Assistant Treasurer, speaking from Melbourne. They had the news that so many people, 600,000 people, have already lodged their tax returns. That's pretty extraordinary. 600,000 people. It shows just how much support there were for the tax cuts, people keen to get their tax relief.